Okay. So now today uh, we'll see the next module with respect to this lab, that is CAPS turn, right? So till now we have seen CNC turn, CNC mill. Okay, that is where we will be writing the program and executing it. Okay, with respect to lathe operations or milling operations. Now, the other way of doing the program is where the program will be generated automatically, but we have to give the input data regarding what is the shape and size of the finished product, that is after machining, right? Okay, so for this we have to give the drawing, then we have to give the other data like what tool has to be used and so on things, okay, which are the points that has to be indicated for machining. Okay, so those things have to be should be the input data from our side, right? So based on which we have to see the simulation for that and generate the program, right? Okay, so for this, now let's start with the lathe operations. Now here we'll go to the first problem, that is problem number one from turning operations, right? Or sorry, lathe operations. Okay, so yes, we already have this diagram where it's a stepped bar with the smallest diameter of 20 mm for a length of 20, and then the next diameter for 40 mm for a length of 25 mm, and next step of diameter 60 mm for a length of 30 mm. So overall length is going to be 75. Okay, right? So this is what we have to machine, by which we have to draw this diagram and generate the CNC program, right? Okay, now we'll see that today. And before going to that, we need the coordinates for this once again. So without coordinates, we cannot draw it onto the software. So the coordinates is first point, that is over here, will be, just a second. Okay, the first point over here is point number 1, which will be 0, comma 0. Then point number 2 will be for a diameter of 20, distance minus 20. Then point number 3 will be for a height of 40, distance minus 20. Then point number 4, okay, which will be, whose coordinate will be 40 mm diameter and distance will be minus 45. Point number 5, okay, diameter will be 60 and distance will be 45 minus 45. Point number 6, okay, distance is going to be 60, I mean in diameter, then length is going to be minus 75. Okay, so this coordinate table is once again required. Okay, right? So this is very much needed over here in both the cases. Let it be CNC turn or caps turn, right? So now for this, we'll see the uh, how to use the capstone software and uh, uh, do this or get the program. Right? Okay. So yes, we will go to not capsule actually. Just a second. Just a second. ఏంటా నోట్ అవుతా all right, so yes, yes, okay, so we'll go to capstone. Okay, yes, okay, now here we'll choose create a part. Okay, now the next thing that will appear will be this particular screen. Okay, where we have to give the units, make sure that it is in mm. Okay, workpiece material, yes, generally since it is not mentioned in the question, you can choose aluminum alloys. Okay, and then comes the jaw position, where it should be from the z axis, then clearance, and clearance inner diameter and outer diameter. Okay, right. So this clearance inner and outer diameter is required only if there is a hole that is there in the workpiece. So you can clearly see the chuck holding the workpiece over here. So the end of the chuck is the distance from the 0, 0. Okay. So here we need to enter the billet size plus apart from that. Okay, plus additional value. Okay. Right. So we'll see that. Okay, so otherwise you can choose mild steel, as we generally used to do it in the machine shop that used to be the workpiece. Right, now jaw position, please make a note of this at least in short forms. Okay, yes, jaw position, the overall length of the workpiece was 75, plus we need material to hold the, we need some more material to hold it in place. Okay, so yes, so we need some more extra length. Okay, and say for example our workpiece length, raw material workpiece length is 100 mm, and based on that we have here where the z is going to be at -80, so that another 20 mm is going to be inside the chuck. Okay. Right. So the next thing that is going to be there is the clearance Z. So we used to keep start Z from, there used to be an option in CNC turn, right? We used to give 2 mm, right? So it's similarly over here, the workpiece should start from which particular coordinate after machining, not before machining, after machining. Okay, so after machining it should be at a distance of sorry 1 minute. No, this should be 5 mm clearance from z axis, right? Yeah, for 5 mm we are going to have it uh, onto the positive side of the z-axis. Yeah, so we'll give only 1 mm. So we'll do facing for 1 mm. So after facing the workpiece, the right hand side of the workpiece is now at 0, 0 after facing operation, right? So before that, the raw material will be 1 mm onto the positive direction of the z-axis. Okay. So there's no internal hole or external hole. I mean inner diameter, outer diameter, and so on. Sorry, 1 second. Inner diameter we don't have, it's not a hole. Outer diameter is going to be the maximum diameter of the raw material. Okay, so that's why we have given it here as 60. Actually, it should have been much more. There's an error. Okay. Yes, click on OK. Okay, now here we have three things: geometry, machining, and toolpath. Here onto the bottom left corner, just like in Excel, we'll have sheet number 1, 2, 3, 4, or even in Solid Edge. Just like that, here we have three tabs: geometry, machining, and toolpath. So in geometry tab, we'll be able to only draw. So once we go to this particular tab, okay, we'll have all the options to draw, like line, arc, circle, where you have this icons over here on top, below the menu bar. Okay, right? And onto the left side, we have the zoom in, zoom out, fit, and other options. Okay. Yes. Any doubts? Any doubts still here? No doubts? Okay. So yes. So here you can see lightly over here. There's one vertical line and the horizontal line where the intersect is the place where we have 0, 0. Okay. Where the horizontal line is the z-axis, vertical line is the x-axis. Yes, now go to, yes, you can go to, if you draw a line, the first tab, first option, it will go, you can draw only a line, but not a continuous line, only one line at a time. But the second one will be the multi-line option. Here, the second one, multi-line option. Click on that. You will get this window here where we have to enter this x and z coordinates. Okay, x and z coordinates. So first 0, 0. So here, once we enter the coordinate and we click on done, you can see there the line has already started at 0, 0. Next one, yeah, will be 10, 0. Okay, here the other thing is that we should remember over here is we are going to draw only one half of the diagram. Okay, so here we are going to draw only one half of it, only so much. So we have to give only coordinates for that. So here we have 0, 0. Sorry, one is going to be here. Sorry, 1, 2, and this will be 3 and 4 and so on, right? So we are going to draw only one half of the diagram, and the other side will be, we'll get the mirror image of that when we do machining. Okay, so that is the reason why here they have taken only 10 as x value. Okay, for point number 2. So you can see a small line over here. Once it has been zoomed in, or you can fit it, and then you can continue. So first point is here, second point is here. And I will write the third point, which is going to be a horizontal line. So x value is same. distance minus 20, or you can, once you enter the coordinate, you can press enter or you can click on done. Next, enter the next coordinate value. Yes, so diameter is going to be 40 for the next one. So half of that 20 minus 25. Sorry, minus 20. Right. The next value. So enter all the coordinates one by one. Yes, so we have drawn one half of the portion that is required. Now we'll right, so yes, we have to select this drawing. Yeah. Right, we have to save this contour, meaning we are informing the system that this is the shape that it should be there after machining. Okay, if we don't do this step, okay, only the drawing will be there, but the system will not consider it to be for the machining. Okay, we have drawn it, but we have not transferred this data to the machining stage. Okay, so we have to do this, right? So do you want to save it as contour? Click on yes. Okay, so that the color will be changed. Okay, the color will be changed. Okay, otherwise it will be only a white color. The lines or arc will be only in white color. That means you have not saved it, or you have not given permission to consider it as the contour. Okay, next thing is to define the path. Okay, create the part shape, right? So this is the path in which we want the tool also to move along this contour. Next, so we have done only with what is the shape of the part after machining, but we have not told what is the size of the raw material or the blank. That we have to give next. So now when you click on define blank, now you get the regular window that we have seen in CNC turn. Okay, enter the length of the workpiece. Minus 100 or sorry 100 diameter, maximum diameter. Two. Okay, right, so be careful over here, we are entering only half of it. Okay, if you give 60, then it will go very much above. Okay, so now here you can see the after machining it should be exactly at 0, 0, this particular line, but before that the raw material should be 1 mm extra onto the z axis, right? That is, this particular portion is for the facing operation. So if you have made any mistake, then you can erase it like this. But before that, you have to cancel the part that you have chosen. Yeah, we have already given the confirmation previously. So in that case, we have to delete it. First, we have to remove the permission so that it is not taken up for the machining operation. Yeah, right? We are not permitting it to be accepted as the part, and then it becomes only a geometry, and then we can do any changes either with respect to the entire drawing or only a particular line. So we can erase it. So here it will ask whether the entire contour or a particular line. So you can select suitably. If I want to delete only a particular line, you can choose the option line and click on done. So we are showing also at the same time what since it is the first problem, we are also showing where errors are being made and how it has to be corrected also. So we'll redraw the one that we have erased. Define contour, auto contour, select that, save it, go to draw, define the path, define the path, select this, and click on yes. Then we'll go to define blank. Now we'll give the length of the raw material, diameter, and start Z at. Diameter we are given only 32. That is overall it is 64 actually. Okay, since we have drawn only on one side, half of it, here also you have to do it accordingly, the same manner. Now we don't have any kind of undercut through and so on. We don't need to use that. So here we have erase, trim, right? Insert a chamfer or fillet, and such options. Yeah, very much similar to copy and mirror, right? So now uh, we'll be going to the machining tab. Once you click on machining tab, you can see here in the screen whatever we had drawn, it has automatically done the mirror image of that, and we have got uh, uh, the complete drawing in the same shape as it is required. Okay, let it be the part or even the blank, both of them. Second thing is that you can also see the change in the tool icons over here. Yeah. Now in machining tab, it is our job to uh, give the other set of data. What should be where? What is the first operation? What is the second operation? Third, and so on. Next, at the same time, for the first operation, what tool should be used? Okay, which one are we supposed to select? Yeah. So these things will be entering over here. So we have things for plane turn, contour turn, and so on, plane facing, right? Contour turn, okay, contour face, contour tone along the path. This we have several options. Okay, and then finish turn for finishing operation. Okay, finish turn for finishing operations. For grooving, threading, and so on. Parting, drilling, pet drilling, right? Deep drilling, contour turning, contour reaming, boring, and so on. So first operation is plane face. We'll select plane face. Once you select plane face, you'll get this box or the pop-up. Okay, so here we'll select the tool. Okay, we'll select the tool, just PCLNL R.8. Okay. External, make sure that a tool library is in general units. External turn shank 16 by 16, PCLNL R8. Right. So now, once you click on OK, it will ask for the starting point on the blank or the part. Till now we have selected only the tool. Now we have to give the instructions. Now this tool should move from where to where. Okay, right? That is what is our next step. So we'll select the corner, top right corner, until the center. Right. Once you click on this, okay. Once it is your clicks are correct, automatically this window will appear. If you have not selected the right points or corners from the drawing, this window will not appear. So here we will enter the name of the operation. What is the safe approaching distance? So first we will get this tool usually from home position, right? And we get it nearer to the surface of the workpiece. There will be still a gap. That is the safe approach. What is that value? X and Z. Okay. Then finishing allowance, how much should we give? What should be the depth of cut? okay, for each pass and so on. Okay, what is the cutting speed and what should be the feed rate, right? All this will be entering, right? So we have made top right corner of the blank first click. Second click is going to be onto the coordinate of 0, comma 0, right? So safe approach 2, comma 2, it is correct. Finishing allowance in x direction, that is vertically, it is not required. Z axis, yes, we are going to give zero 0.5 or 1 mm we can give because finally we are going to give finish turning operation. Depth of cut, yes, if at all we need, we can change it from 3 mm to 2 or 1.5 or something. And click on OK. So that has been selected. Okay. We are just showing it in once again on the zoom view. Okay, this is for plane face. Okay, for plane facing. Okay, uh, right. So one second, please. Yeah, sorry. We'll continue. Okay. So yes, plane face. Yes. Now to do the facing operation, there are two things. One is contour face, plane face, and so on things. And similarly, it's with respect to turning also. So here you can see the plane facing operation. Once you give plane face, depth of cut, overshoot is beyond what is required. Okay, this is generally required when we do facing operation, right? So if you give overshoot by 1 mm, see here it will go below the horizontal axis by 1 mm. You can see here. Okay, so this is generally required for facing operation, right? Right now you can see another additional line over here coming inside. So this bluish green line indicates where will it be after the particular machining operation. And here onto the right side you can see that the plane face operation has been completely over. Okay, so it is there in the machining process. So once again, if you want to make any changes, you can go to this right side uh, window over here and click on plane face. You'll get all the three options. One is geometry, machining parameters, and the tool, right? So machining parameters, as soon as I click that, we can see what are the values that we are given. At the same time, if at all we need is needed, we can change it. Okay. So we'll go overshoot required by 1 mm and we'll continue. So this yellow color lines are nothing but for the finishing allowance. How much should it be left over in X direction and in Z direction? Once you go on to that particular boxes to fill the data, you can see the changes happening over here in the preview over here that has been shown. So here once it is in plain face, it's the operation name, it shows us the simulation, how it is going to be, how the tool is going to move. Then safe approach X value, where is it? Right, for Z or safe approach Z value, the tool will be here. Okay, above the workpiece. Once we go to finishing allowance, now here you can see the yellow color line, okay, indicating the X and Z. And similarly for the depth of cut and then for overshoot. Right. Okay, now we'll go to the next operation, which is going to be turning. Right. So now you can see here, you can see the indicator after plane facing, this blank edges has been moved inside. Okay, the new position. Now just for to show, we'll go to the tool path. Okay, tab. Save the file in the stage. So when simulation has been done, when we click on the play button, you can see that the plane face operation has been carried out. Okay. Right, now we'll go back to machining tab. Okay, we'll complete all the we'll give all the operations. So we are given finishing allowance. So we'll go for finish facing tab and we'll give the safe approach distance once again 2 comma 2 safe then finishing allowance value should be 0 and 0 overshoots if at all needed we can give it generally yes we have to. Okay, now you can see that there is no any allowance and all left out. Okay, now looking into the simulation. Yes, so rough facing tool is appearing. Then finish facing tool has appeared over here. Okay, right? Now you can see her clearly. Now we'll go to machining operations once again. The machining tab, plane face, sorry, plane turn. We'll then select the tool. Okay, we'll select PCLNL, just rough turning tool only. Okay, now we have to define from where to where. Select start Z on blank or part. Okay, so from here till the last coordinate on the part. Once you click on that, yes, you'll get this window. But there's a difference between plane turn and contour turn. Okay, in plane turn, we can give only one line at a time. Okay, only one line at a time. Right. Again, we have to select the tool, required tool, select the next line, and enter the values. So this is with respect to plane turn. If you want to, this option is actually meant only for where we want to machine the particular portion onto the workpiece material. Okay, only a particular portion you want to machine once again. Okay, another time instead of selecting the entire contour. That is why this option is given. Or even if you want to test it in a stepwise manner, one by one, how the output is going to be there, then also we can choose this. Now we'll go for finish turn and give the values. So except the safe approach uh, values, other values should be 0 here. Finishing allowance, overshoot, undershoot, and all. Let's now go to toolpath to see the simulation. Click on play button. So here again you have it in solid mode or line mode to see the simulation. Click on play button. Facing, finish facing, then turning operations. You can see here now we are given plane turn. So first step, it is going to do only for this particular line, not entirely. Okay, in contour turn, it will take the entire along the entire contour, right? So here we have selected plane face, so it will do one step at a time, not for the entire part. Let's see, next line, again turning operation. Now the finishing tool. I will go back to machining tab. And we'll see what will happen if we give finishing allowance in both x and z coordinate. Now we'll go to the simulation tool paths. So now you can see here in the already machined area, there's a gap left over, some amount of material for finishing, right? You can see that now, both in x and y directions. Sorry, x and z. As because we had given finishing allowance to be maintained for about 0.5 mm in plane face. Now there is another thing where the how to calculate the cycle time, okay, and such things, such data can be obtained from here. Once you click on cycle time, yes, it will give you a chart of what is the tool, what is its tool number, what is the cutting speed, what is the spindle speed, feed rate, right? What is the length of the cut used by that particular tool, how much of time does it require, okay, what is the tool changing time, and overall how much has this particular tool, that is tool number one, has done its operation, how much time is it there during its role, okay, and similarly for tool number two and so on. This we can store it as a PDF file, okay, and here in the summary below we will have the cutting time, okay, and overall cutting time, tool change time, and so on. use that because sometimes they may ask you how to get these details, that is regarding the cycle time. Okay. Yes. What is the other option that we'll get here is the spindle power. Okay, the graph for that. So during its rotation, when there is no machining operation, when it is undergoing pacing operation, how much of power is required, and similarly for turning, such things are also needed to study about the machine and its operations. Tool layout sheet. Okay, so here in the money maker tab, we'll get for each tool speed rate, cutting speed, depth of cut, maximum depth of cut, okay, power required, and all such data. Time available, time required, and what is its cost, so on. So this is there. Why it's called as money maker is because here, if you look at the bottom left side, what is the RMS power? Okay, that is the average power required. Okay, so what is the scrap volume, machining rate? Okay, the cost of it, dollars per hour. Okay, and so on. So these are the set of operations that is required, and it has to be in the same sequence. As we cannot interchange that. So after plane facing comes finish facing, then comes plane turn. As it is, we have chosen plane turn. We have to select it for every line. Okay, and finally the finish turn. So here you can see in the line mode, okay, how the tool movement during machining operation. The dotted lines indicate when the tool is not in contact with the workpiece, and the continuous line indicates when it is in contact with the workpiece. Okay. Right, so we are just showing once again each tabs, geometry, machining, and tool tab. Okay. Right. So yes, that's how we use Capstone software for a simple step bar problem. Yes, any doubts? Or you want me to repeat anything? Any doubts? No doubts? Okay. All right. Okay, so answer attendance. Niharika.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nihar.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Nikhil R.
Yes, sir.
Nilesh.
Hello. Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Okay, Nirab.
Yes, sir.
Prajwal R. Patel.
Present, sir.
Okay. Prajwal S. Bhatt.
Present, sir.
Okay. Prince. Second. Okay. Yes, Rishabh Pandey.
Present, sir.
Okay. Rohan.
Present, sir.
Okay. And Roshan Yadav. Roshan Yadav. Not there. Absent. Okay. Suman Sagar.
Present, sir.
Okay. Then Sagar Dutt Mathur.
Present, sir.
Okay. Then Sagar GV. Not there. Absent. Sanjay Raghav.
Present, sir.
Okay. Sheikh Manan.
Present, sir.
Right. Charanaya. Not there. Absent. And Shobit. Shobit. Yeah, but 1 second. Prajwal R. Patel, then Niharika, then Prince and Rishabh Pandey. Please stay online after the attendance. Okay. Please stay back. Siddharth Shankar.
Present, sir.
Okay. Siddharth Sridhar. Siddharth Sridhar. Subramanya. Subramanya not there. Sumok. He is also not there. Tirumana Shetty Rohan.
Yes, sir.